Hello friends, welcome to another video from Edupedia World in our series on logical reasoning videos. Today we will be covering a very important topic which is asked on a lot of competitive exams, and that topic is blood relations. Now, to solve blood relation problems, we need to have a clear understanding of a couple of concepts. First of all, let's see what are the different types of problems that come. So we have number one, word problems. Okay, these are the types of questions. In word problems, the question will be put in a sentence form. Okay, it will be like a paragraph. And the second type of problem is equations. In this one, relations will be given as equations. For example, you may be given x plus y means x is the brother of y, or a into b means a is the sister of b. Okay, these kind of relations. And then you have to find a particular relation. So we will be solving problems, we will be seeing questions of both these types, so that we have a clear understanding of what type of questions will come and how we have to attempt those questions. Now, to solve either of these questions, whether it be word problems or equations, we need to understand two things very clearly. Number one, we need to understand generation movements, vertical and horizontal. Now, what do I mean by generation movements? So, in blood relation questions, there are two types of movements. One is a horizontal movement within the same generation. For example, if A is the brother of B, that is a horizontal movement in the same generation. So, we will draw a horizontal line joining A and B. Another kind of movement is vertical movement, that is between generations. So if A is the father of B, I will write A, draw a line down vertically and plot B over there. There are only two types of movements. Okay, there are horizontal movements and there are vertical movements, and we need to draw clear visual representations of them so that we can solve the questions with ease and accurately. In the questions that follow, we will be seeing in detail how to draw these representations, what kind of lines can be used, and how to use these diagrams to solve the questions. So for example, let's see the question on our screen. Okay, I have already made the representation, so we will go through this. What does the representation stand for? So the question asks, seeing a photograph of a boy, Vicky said, "He is the son of the only son of my mother." What is the relation of Vicky with that boy? So as soon as we see this kind of a problem, okay, this is an example of a word problem. So first of all, we will make a representation. Okay, we will draw it out. So Vicky says he is the son of the only son of my mother. So I'll write V. I'll extend a vertical line upwards. This is a vertical movement. Son of my mother. Okay, so my mother means Vicky's mother. So I'll put M over here. So this is the relationship between Vicky and his mother. And only son of my mother means that is Vicky himself. Because Vicky is this person who we are using as a reference point, and he is saying only son of my mother, so he is referring to himself, and he is the son of the only son of my mother. So the person in the photograph is the son of this person. So I'll draw a vertical line downwards and I'll plot S over here. So I have two intergeneration movements over here. I plotted Vicky, and then I start to convert the sentence into a flowchart. Okay, so I'll start from the back. I say son of my mother, or rather only son of my mother. So that will be myself. Okay, so my mother and the son of my mother. And then I see the second part. He is the son of this person. This person is Vicky himself, and the boy in the photograph is the son of this person. So I will draw a vertical line downwards and I'll plot S. Okay. Also, to make these representations more clear, you can use symbols to denote gender. So Vicky is male, so I will put a small plus as a superscript next to V, so that I know that Vicky is male. His mother will be female, so I will put a minus sign next to the mother, or any way that you want. Representational symbols. Okay, so you can put any symbol. You can put an asterisk or a hashtag, or you can even write male or female in brackets, but that will be very time consuming. Okay, so you can use the plus or minus sign, multiplication sign, any sign that you are comfortable with. Choose one sign for male, another sign for female. Okay, so I'll put a plus sign here next to V, I'll put a minus sign here next to M, and I'll put a plus sign next to S. That means S is also male. And in this way I have completed my diagram, and it becomes clear to me that what is the relation of Vicky with that boy. So Vicky is the father of that boy. Okay, Vicky will be the father of that boy. So this was a relatively straightforward question. Let's take a look at a slightly more complex question. Okay, so now in this case we have, if X is the brother of Y, Y is the sister of Z, and Z is the father of A. How is A related to X? So our job is pretty simple over here. We just have to make the diagram. So first of all, I know that X is the brother of Y. Okay, so I plot X, draw a horizontal line, and I plot Y. Okay, this is the same generation movement, horizontal movement. So X is the brother of Y. That means X is male. I don't know the gender of Y yet. From the next clue, I find out that Y is the sister of Z. So now I know that Y is female and Y is the sister of Z. So again, I will plot a horizontal line and I will plot Z next to Y. So I know that X, Y and Z are siblings, and I have used a horizontal straight line to represent this relationship. Okay. Now same generation relationships or horizontal movements can be of two types. So we should have two distinct lines to represent these. So for brother-sister relationship, I am using a straight line, simple horizontal line. For a husband-wife relationship, I can use a straight line and put two arrows at the end. Basically, I want to differentiate between the two lines so that I don't get confused while solving. So brother-sister can be represented by a horizontal line, plain horizontal line, and husband-wife can be represented by a horizontal line with arrows at both the ends. Okay, so that will be clear that what the line indicates. For vertical movements, there is no need for having different lines, because the only movement we will be having is father-son or mother-son, mother-daughter. If we have a movement such as uncle-nephew, so first we will make a horizontal line linking to the father, and then we will make a vertical line. Okay? There will be no diagonal lines over here. So the only differentiation required is while making horizontal lines. Okay, you should have a separate style of line for brother-sister and a separate style of line for husband-wife. Okay, now let's come to the third clue. And Z is the father of A. So now I know that Z is also male and Z is the father of A. So I'll drop a vertical line downwards and I will plot A over here. The question is, how is A related to X? Now if the question was how is X related to A, I can confidently say that X is the uncle of A. Okay, because X is male and X is the brother of A's father. So I know that X is the uncle of A. But when I look at it from A's perspective, do I know the gender of A? The answer is no. I don't know whether A is a boy or a girl. So to answer the question how A is related to X, I need to know A's gender. Since I don't know exactly how A is related to X. If A is a boy, then A is the nephew of X. If A is a girl, then A is the niece of X. But since I don't know, I can't say that. So this cannot be determined. Okay, I cannot answer this question. Whether A is the niece of X or whether A is the nephew of X, just because I don't know the gender of A. Okay, so that makes it difficult for me. So all these questions will be asked along similar lines. Okay, let's see a couple of more examples. Okay, now let's take a look at this question on our screen right now. Introducing Jack, Lena said, he is the son of the daughter of the father of my uncle. How is Jack related to Lena? Now sometimes these sentences are made overly complicated, but once we start plotting it as a diagram, as a family tree, it is not that complicated after all. Okay, so again, let us start from the back. Father of my uncle. Lena is speaking, so I'll plot Lena. I'll use L to denote Lena. Lena's uncle. Now uncle means the brother of your parent. Okay, your father's brother is also your uncle and your mother's brother is also your uncle. Your father's brother is paternal uncle and mother's brother is maternal uncle. Since I don't know which uncle is it, I will draw a vertical line up from L and I'll write M/F, that is mother or father. So this is Lena's parent. I don't know whether mother or father, and I'll draw a horizontal line and I'll plot U, which stands for uncle. So Lena, Lena's parent, and the parent's brother, who is Lena's uncle. So using these two lines, I have taken care of the last part of the sentence. Now let us move further back. Daughter of the father of my uncle. Okay, fine. So first I have plotted uncle. Now I have to plot father of my uncle. So I'll draw a vertical line upwards from uncle, and this will be grandfather. Okay. Now, needless to say, this grandfather is also the father of this person. Whether whether Lena's mother or Lena's father. So this person, the grandfather, has two children. One is Lena's uncle, and the other is Lena's parent. Whether Lena's mother or Lena's father. Now, daughter of the father of my uncle. Daughter of the father of my uncle. So this person, father of my uncle or grandfather, has a son, that is Lena's uncle, and also a daughter, which has to be Lena's parent. Since the uncle cannot be a daughter because he is male, Lena's parent has to be the female child. So daughter of the father of my uncle will be my mother or Lena's mother. So my understanding is complete so far. Lena, Lena's parent, parent's brother, who is Lena's uncle, the father of this person, who is also the grandfather of Lena, and the father of Lena's parent. Since this parent has a daughter, and that daughter cannot be Lena's uncle, it has to be Lena's parent. So this is Lena, Lena's mother, her brother, and their father. Okay, so Lena's grandfather. Now we know it is maternal grandfather. He is the son of the daughter of the father of my uncle. So Jack is the son of this person. So Jack is the son of this person. The same line will be extended downwards, and then I will draw a horizontal line. Son of Lena's mother means Lena's brother. So I know that Jack is Lena's brother. Okay, so Jack and Lena are brother and sister. So in this way, we can go step by step and we can plot this entire family tree. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. And finally, we came to know that the parent was indeed Lena's mother, since the grandfather has a daughter and it can't be the uncle. And this person, Jack, is the son of this lady, so he has to be Lena's brother. And that was my answer. Now before we move ahead with equation type questions, let's take a look at one more example. Okay, so in this question, seeing a photograph, Serena says he is the only, not the only, he is the son of the only son of my grandfather. How is the man in the photograph related to Serena? Okay, so let's start plotting with Serena. Only son of my grandfather. So let us plot Serena over here. We'll draw a line upwards. We'll skip a generation and we'll draw another line upwards. And I'll put grandfather over here. So this is Serena and Serena's grandfather. Now let's come back. Son of my grandfather, or rather only son of my grandfather. So only son of my grandfather means that person has to be Serena's father. Okay. So only son of my grandfather will be my father. Seeing a photograph, Serena says he is the son of the only son of my grandfather. So the person in the photograph is this person's son. Since Serena can't be the son, since she is a girl, so the son has to be Serena's brother. So again in this case I will draw a horizontal line from Serena and I will plot M. M stands for the man in the photograph and he is Serena's brother. So I hope this video was helpful for you and you have understood the concepts of solving word problems. In part 2 of this video, we will be taking a look at how to solve equation based problems. So do join in for that video. I'll see you in part 2. Thank you.